Paul Brown, the father of modern coaching. Paul Brown is arguably the most innovative and influential coach in the history of professional football. He is the father of modern coaching, the man who invented the playbook, the practice squad, and the use of film study to prepare for opponents. Brown was the first coach to hire a full-time, year-round coaching staff, and he was the first to use intelligence tests to evaluate players. He was a meticulous planner and a brilliant strategist, and his innovations are still used by every coach in the NFL today. Brown coached the Cleveland Browns from 1946 to 1962, and he led them to 7 championships in his first 10 seasons. He was a master of building a team, and he was known for his ability to find and develop talent. He was also a strict disciplinarian who demanded perfection from his players. Brown was so far ahead of his time that many of his ideas were initially met with skepticism, but they quickly became the standard in the NFL. He was a true visionary, a man who saw the future of football and then created it. Every coach in the NFL today owes a debt of gratitude to Paul Brown, the man who invented the modern coaching profession. His coaching tree is one of the most impressive in all of sports, with disciples like Bill Walsh and Don Shula going on to become legends in their own right. Vince Lombardi, the master of motivation and the pursuit of perfection. Vince Lombardi is the most iconic coach in NFL history, a man whose name is synonymous with winning and the relentless pursuit of perfection. Lombardi coached the Green Bay Packers from 1959 to 1967, and he led them to 5 NFL championships, including the first 2 Super Bowls. Lombardi was a master motivator, a coach who was able to get the absolute best out of his players. He was a demanding and often intimidating figure, but his players loved him because he was fair, and he was a winner. Lombardi was not a great innovator in terms of X's and O's, but he was a master of execution. His teams were known for their simple but perfectly executed plays, most notably the famous Packer sweep. Lombardi believed in the fundamentals of football: blocking, tackling, and running the ball. He believed that if his team could execute these fundamentals better than their opponent, they would win, and he was right. Lombardi's Packers were a dynasty, a team that dominated the NFL in the 1960s. Lombardi's legacy is not just about the championships he won. It's about the standard of excellence he set. He is a symbol of what can be achieved through hard work, dedication, and the unwavering belief in the power of teamwork. The Super Bowl trophy is named after him, a fitting tribute to a man who embodied the spirit of the game. Bill Walsh, the genius behind the West Coast offense. Bill Walsh was a revolutionary offensive mind, the architect of the West Coast offense, a system that changed the way football is played. Walsh coached the San Francisco 49ers from 1979 to 1988, and he led them to 3 Super Bowl championships. The West Coast offense was a pass-oriented system that was based on short, high-percentage passes that were designed to stretch the defense horizontally. It was a system that was predicated on timing, precision, and the ability of the quarterback to make quick decisions. Walsh's offense was a thing of beauty, a symphony of motion and deception that was almost impossible to defend. He was a master of building a team, and he created a culture of excellence in San Francisco that lasted for more than a decade. Walsh's influence on the game of football is immeasurable. The West Coast offense is still used by teams all over the NFL, and his coaching tree is one of the most extensive in the history of the sport. He was a true genius, a man who saw the game in a different way and then created a system that changed it forever. His offensive philosophy has influenced a generation of coaches, and his impact on the game is still being felt today. Tom Landry, the innovator in the fedora. Tom Landry was one of the most innovative and successful coaches in NFL history. He coached the Dallas Cowboys for 29 seasons, from 1960 to 1988. and he led them to 2 Super Bowl championships and 5 Super Bowl appearances. Landry was a defensive mastermind, the creator of the 4-3 defense, a system that is still the base defense for many teams in the NFL today. He was also the inventor of the flex defense, a complex and multiple-look system that was designed to confuse opposing offenses. Landry was a brilliant strategist and a meticulous planner. He was one of the first coaches to use computers to analyze game film, and he was known for his ability to make in-game adjustments. Landry was also a man of great character and integrity. He was a devout Christian, and he was known for his calm and stoic demeanor on the sideline. He was a true gentleman, a coach who was respected by his players and his opponents alike. Landry's legacy is not just about the championships he won, it's about the way he changed the game. He was a true innovator, a coach who was always looking for a better way to do things. He was a man who was ahead of his time, and his influence on the game of football is still felt today. His iconic fedora became a symbol of his cool and calculated approach to the game. Don Shula, the winningest coach in NFL history. Don Shula is the winningest coach in NFL history with 347 career victories. He coached the Baltimore Colts and the Miami Dolphins for 33 seasons, and he led his teams to 6 Super Bowl appearances and 2 Super Bowl championships. Shula's greatest achievement was coaching the 1972 Miami Dolphins to a perfect 17-0 season, the only undefeated season in NFL history. Shula was a master of building a team, and he was known for his ability to adapt his system to the talent he had. He was a strict disciplinarian, but he was also a player's coach, a man who was able to connect with his players on a personal level. Shula was a brilliant strategist, and he was known for his ability to make in-game adjustments. He was also a man of great integrity, a coach who was respected by his players and his opponents alike. Shula's legacy is not just about the wins and losses, it's about the standard of excellence he set. He was a symbol of consistency and longevity, a coach who was able to win at a high level for more than 3 decades. He is a true legend of the game, a man whose name will forever be synonymous with winning. His 1972 Dolphins team remains the benchmark for perfection in the NFL. Chuck Noll, the architect of the Steel Curtain. Chuck Noll was the architect of the Pittsburgh Steelers dynasty of the 1970s. He coached the Steelers for 23 seasons, from 1969 to 1991, and he led them to 4 Super Bowl championships in a 6-year span. Noll was a defensive genius, the creator of the famous Steel Curtain defense, a unit that is widely regarded as the greatest defense in NFL history. The Steel Curtain was a dominant and intimidating force, a defense that was built on speed, power, and a relentless pursuit of the football. Noll was a master of drafting and developing talent. He drafted 9 Hall of Fame players. He was a brilliant teacher, a coach who was able to get the absolute best out of his players. Noll was a quiet and unassuming man, a coach who preferred to let his teams play do the talking. He was not a great self-promoter, but he was a brilliant football mind, a coach who knew how to build a championship team. Noll's legacy is not just about the 4 Super Bowls he won, it's about the way he built the Steelers into a model franchise, a team that is still one of the most respected and successful in the NFL today. He transformed a perennial loser into a dynasty, and he did it with a quiet and steady hand. Bill Belichick, the greatest coach of the modern era. Bill Belichick is the greatest coach of the modern era, and he has a strong case for being the greatest coach in NFL history. He has coached the New England Patriots since 2000, and he has led them to 6 Super Bowl championships and 9 Super Bowl appearances. Belichick is a defensive mastermind, a coach who is known for his ability to create game plans that take away the opponent's strengths. He is also a brilliant talent evaluator, a coach who has consistently found and developed players who fit his system. Belichick is a master of situational football, a coach who is always looking for an edge. He is known for his attention to detail and his relentless preparation. Belichick is a demanding and often gruff figure, but his players respect him because he is a winner. He has created a culture of excellence in New England, a culture that is built on the principles of hard work, discipline, and a team-first attitude. Belichick's legacy is still being written, but he has already established himself as one of the greatest coaches in the history of the sport. He is a true genius, a man who has dominated the NFL for 2 decades and has shown no signs of slowing down. His ability to adapt and evolve his team over the years is a testament to his greatness. Joe Gibbs, the master of adaptability. Joe Gibbs is one of the most unique and successful coaches in NFL history. He coached the Washington Redskins for 12 seasons, from 1981 to 1992, and he led them to 3 Super Bowl championships with 3 different starting quarterbacks. This is a feat that has never been duplicated, and it is a testament to Gibbs's incredible ability to adapt his system to the talent he had. Gibbs was an offensive innovator, the creator of the one-back offense and the H-back position. He was a brilliant play caller, a coach who was known for his ability to create mismatches and exploit the opponent's weaknesses. Gibbs was also a master motivator, a coach who was able to get his players to buy into his system and play for each other. He was a man of great faith, and he was known for his calm and steady demeanor on the sideline. Gibbs's legacy is not just about the 3 Super Bowls he won, it's about the way he won them. He proved that you don't need a Hall of Fame quarterback to win a championship, and he showed that a great coach can win with a variety of different players and styles. He is a true legend of the game, a coach who was able to achieve greatness through his own way. After his first retirement from football, he went on to have a successful career as a NASCAR team owner, winning 3 championships in that sport as well, further cementing his legacy as a winner in multiple AA winner.